right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. UFC 314. I will be there live and in person. I'm heading out tomorrow, so I'm just going to get my predictions in real quick before we go. This is a great, great fight card, and I think this is just what I needed. As a fan, I've been a fan over 10 years now, so I feel like a grizzled vet. And I will admit, we were in a bit of a lull, a bit of a dead area for me as a UFC fan. Some of these cards haven't been hitting the most for me. Some of these new and up-and-coming fighters haven't been hitting the most for me. Some of the stuff going on outside of the cage and just around the UFC. I don't know. It's just been a kind of a weird... There hasn't been a lot of stuff that got me super excited about the UFC in a while. Whenever you get into that zone, for somebody that's been a fan for a long time, a good way to get those vibes back, a lot of people might just bail out and say, you know what, I don't even watch this no more. I don't even care no more. A good way to get out of that vibes, if you have the money to afford it, go to a fight in person, feel the vibes of the fans in person, be in that environment, and it kind of revitalizes you as a fan. I've done it many times. I go to as many fight cards as I can in person to get content and to just obviously enjoy the fights. And I think this will be a great weekend. On top of it being in Miami, we got a solid fight card with a lot of guys that I'm always excited to watch. And we're going to start out here with the main event, Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. Now, this was originally, we thinking this is going to be Ilya. This is going to be the Ilya rematch. But I think we ended up with a better fight. I'll be honest. I think we ended up with a better, more quality, more competitive fight that I'm more intrigued by. Because the Volk versus Ilya rematch was a bit of a non-event to me. Because with Volk coming off 2 straight KO losses, I think throwing him in there against Ilya again, a dangerous one-punch knockout threat like that, is setting it up for failure, and it's not giving us both guys at their best, which we may never see Volk at his best again after some of those decisions that he made in his career. And just, age, it probably would have happened eventually anyway, but the fact that he took those 2 fights, the Islam KO, the Topuria KO on short notice, such a short time in between those, something he may not recover from. Something he may never get back, and something that really scares me when it comes to even this fight going on this weekend. When it comes to skill for skill, I think Volk's better almost everywhere. Striking, I think Volk's better. Wrestling, I think Volk's better. When it comes to submission grappling, Lopes may be better. This is what it comes down to. I think technically Volk can be better everywhere, but the thing that trumps it is, even though he's better as far as skill everywhere, I think Lopes is more dangerous. While Volk is more skilled on the feet with wrestling, I think Lopes is more dangerous on the feet and more dangerous on the ground. He's more of a finisher. He's more of a finishing threat than Volk all around. He has offense everywhere. He's dangerous everywhere. Off his back, on top, standing up, in the clinch. After we saw what he did to Sadiq Yusuf, this dude is just dangerous everywhere. He's nonstop offense. And this is something that scares me about Volk, because I think Volk, this is going to sound like an insult, but it's really not. I think Volk is the ideal point decision fighter. Yes, he can finish people. Yes, he's finished people before. But he is the perfect point fighter. If you wanted to build a fighter that you say, I want to build the perfect fighter that can win every time by decision. If there's no knockouts, if there's no nothing, I want this guy to win by decision every time. In a 5-round fight, a great technique that can be scalable around 5 rounds. If he's facing a dangerous striker, he can wrestle you. If he's facing a dangerous wrestler, he can strike with you. A guy that's just so well-rounded and perfectly built to win any decision. I think Volk would be that guy. But I think at the age he's at, the lack of finishing is what's going to make guys less scared to fight Volk. A guy like Diego Lopes, now that we've seen Alexander Volkanovski's chin spun, tested, and we've seen it fail in fights. I think now a lot of these guys that fought him maybe back in his prime, watching him style on Holloway, style on Korean Zombie, style on Brian Ortega, they may have been scared like this dude's going to style on me. I don't know what I can do. They might be overthinking it. But now they've seen the chin crack, they think they can go balls to the wall and get him out of there. And I think that's what Diego Lopes is going to have to do in this fight. And I think that if it goes to decision, I'm going Volk 100%. But if it is going to be a finish, I think Diego Lopes would definitely be the one to take it. Guys, once they get over that 34 age, it's hard to see them come back. And Volk was a guy, like I said, a lot of these guys that might have been watching him in his prime might have been scared to face him skill for skill. And until we saw him really knocked out, you didn't really know that you could walk him down and do that to him. The way that Ilya was fearless and walked him down, even after losing the first round on all three judges' scorecards, still not have any fear to just walk him down and have no threat of what's coming back at you. There were kind of inklings of that all throughout his career. He's been dropped. Chad Mendes dropped him. Max Holloway dropped him twice in the second fight. Brian Ortega had him in a lot of very close to finishing him. It's not as if each time he won, it was he got out scot clean. Scot clean, is that even I don't even know what that means. Scot free. He didn't get out all of his wins free. Even though he looked so dangerous and so dominant, he never, except for the third Volk fight, except for the third Holloway fight and the Korean Zombie fight where it was an old version of Korean Zombie. He doesn't, even these fights that he wins, he doesn't necessarily get out untouched. And there's not openings as if he doesn't get hit. So honestly, it's hard. It sucks to say it because it seems like that whole era, Volk, Usman, Izzy, since losing their belts, none of them have won. That era of dominant champions, dominant active champions, that era of champions that were fighting 3 times a year. I know Pereira kind of kept that alive, but that's very rare. And Volk, Izzy, and Usman were doing it all at the same time. But when you fight that often, and when there's that much tape on you, once the code is cracked, I think it's cracked. None of these guys have won since. Volk is coming off 2 straight knockouts and now fighting for a title, which is almost unheard of, a guy getting knocked out 2 times in a row and then getting a title shot. But for what his reign was, he deserves it. But I think he loses. I'm going Diego Lopes. Skill for skill, Volk should win by decision. I just can't trust the chin, and I'm going to go Diego Lopes. TKO, probably late. He'll probably be down 2 rounds or 3 rounds, and I think he catches Volk and finishes him. Second fight on the card, we're going to go lightweight. Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. This is another one where it's a bit of the old guard holding on versus the new up-and-coming guy. I think skill for skill, Paddy's probably better, to be honest. Skill for skill, well-roundedness. Honestly, Michael Chandler might be better skill for skill, but we just don't see it, dude. As soon as the fight starts, all the skill that he may have in his bag just goes out the window. All the wrestling, all the fight IQ. As soon as he gets hit one time, it's just kamikaze, and I think he'll do that again. But I think Paddy's a guy that it can pay off against because Paddy does fight with his chin straight in the air. Paddy does get hit. And I think Michael Chandler can catch. You know what? I think Michael Chandler will come out crazy, kamikaze, and Paddy will oblige. Paddy will fight a little bit wild too, but I don't think Paddy has the chin to go strike for strike with him on the feet and fight wild on the feet. I think Michael Chandler hurts him bad on the feet, and then Michael Chandler does what he always does, does something crazy slash dumb slash probably illegal in the midst of trying to finish him, and Paddy finds a submission out of it, finds his back. I'm going Paddy Pimblett by decision. After getting rocked badly, Chandler's going to do something very stupid, go too crazy, open up a window, and I'm going Paddy by submission. I think that'll probably be second or third round, pretty early in that fight. Yair versus Pitbull. Don't even got the picture for my guy Pitbull, Bellator legend. I think it's just a little too late. Just like Chandler, he did come in with a spectacular knockout to enter the UFC, but he got into the UFC well past his prime in his late 30s. He still has been able to make a splash because of his crazy style, and I think Patricio Pitbull, if match made well enough, could have that same kind of effect. Remember, Pitbull looks like such a small guy. He knocked out Michael Chandler. Go watch that. But I think he's past his prime. I think Yair is a nightmare matchup. And I think Yair gets him out of there. I think Yair wins that. It will be very fun to see Pitbull winning that. Maybe they can get his picture up after he gets a win. No odds on this one for some reason showing up, but I'm going to go Yair. This next fight, this might be my most controversial one right here. This guy's already controversial enough. But, man, I've seen John Silva taken down. I've never seen him tested to the extent of Bryce Mitchell, but I've seen him taken down by lesser grapplers than Bryce. And I think a lot of people might be drinking that Kool-Aid a little bit too much. I think he's very good, but I think, some of the outside of the octagon and some of the, likability and unlikability of one guy has clouded a little bit of people's judgment, man. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going Bryce Mitchell, plus 225. Give me Bryce Mitchell by decision. Give me Bryce Mitchell grinding him out, taking some damage early. But Bryce Mitchell's tough, man. Bryce Mitchell's tough. Give me Bryce Mitchell by either late submission or decision. I think probably decision, Bryce Mitchell. I think Gene Silva comes out a little bit too aggressive early, and then Bryce Mitchell turns it into a little bit of a grappling match in the second and third, edges out a decision and says some very wild shit in the post-fight that will probably go very viral and will be all over Elon's Twitter. It would have been blocked on the old. He might say some shit that would have been blocked on the old Twitter, but all X, it's gonna go mega viral on X. All the crypto accounts are gonna be definitely sharing that. What's his name? Feared Buck will definitely be posting that. Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. Give me Reyes, bro. Please. Just give me Reyes. Please. This is hopeful. Give me Reyes. Nikita Krylov is always he's just been a guy that's there. He's good, but it's like he's never going to be great. He's never going to be champion. He's never going to be like, somebody that you would call trash or terrible that can't like sneak up and surprise and beat a guy that you really like, but he's never going to be a top guy. So you know what, Nikita Krylov, just let Dom have it. Let's give it to Dominic Reyes right here. Just because I fucking want to. Sean Woodson, Danny Gay. Give me Sean Woodson, brother. Give me Sean Woodson with that ridiculous Chet Holmgren type frame. I'm going to go Sean Woodson by decision. Yan Xiaonan versus Virna Jandiroba. I think this has potential to be a very exciting, women's strawweight fight. That division has been a little bit dead for a little bit. Been struggling to find competition for old Zhang Weili. She may move up. The women's division are kind of struggling a little bit right now for a spark. Lost Amanda, who was a big spark, exciting, always brought exciting fights in that division, or not that division, but that, the women's side in a higher division, obviously. But I think we're struggling to find exciting fighters and exciting stars on the women's side. Rose is really the last one. She's kind of, not really at the forefront of the sport right now. And I don't think anybody out of this fight will be the one to spark it back, but I'm hoping for the best. Give me Yan Xiaonan. Give me Yan Xiaonan, which is not the best because she's already fought Zhang Weili, so it won't be a new challenger for her. But I just don't think Virna has the tools to do it. Give me Yan Xiaonan. Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. I think these odds are crazy. I'm sorry. Plus 550 on Jim Miller. Yes, Chase Hooper is younger. Yes, Chase Hooper should win. Yes, Chase Hooper's just entering his prime. Yes, Jim Miller's old. Yes, Chase Hooper looked great against Clay Guida. But Jim Miller and Clay Guida are two different types of 40-year-old fighters. Jim Miller got a lot more in the tank, and Jim Miller in his prime, well, no, I don't know about Jim Miller. Man, I don't know. But Jim Miller right now got a lot more in the tank than Clay Guida got to offer. And I don't give a shit what nobody says. I'm going Jim Miller just for these odds. Also, why does the American flag look... Okay, no, I don't know. Never mind. That's the ADD picking up. Darren Elkins, Julian Erosa. Give me Erosa. Worst tattoos in the UFC, by the way. Shout out Darren Elkins. Him and Jamal Hill are neck and neck. Jamal Hill tats. Sumadaji, give me him because he has one name. Fire. No further analysts needed. Cedric Dumbass. I'm just kidding. Come on. Cedric Dumas. Yeah, I don't mean to call him a dumbass, but he's going to lose. Respectfully. I think it will be funny for him to fight. I think he's about to fight that 4 extra guy from Adam 22. Most of y'all people that are strictly UFC fans probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But I think it'll be very cool if he does fight that guy off of no jumper. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But I think he loses this fight. Give me Michael Oleksiejczuk. Give me Tresean Gore. And then give me Nora Cornell. Oh! Jesus Christ. See, this is why I need to get out of this weather. This is why I need to get out of this beanie, long sleeve weather and fly my ass to Miami tomorrow morning. We ready for an exciting card. We ready for exciting fights. If I see you out there, say what's up. It's going to be a great weekend in Miami. Excited. Thursday, lots of events. Friday, lots of events regarding this card, meet and greets. Also, the O'Malley versus Merab 2 press conference will be there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be there as well. I might even go to the Heat game to see that garbage-ass basketball. Heat versus Wizards. My God, those teams stink. But UFC 314, we in town, Miami. I'm on the way. See you soon. Hope to make some money. Hope to go to the beach. See a whole lot of ass. Thank you. Make sure y'all lock in for the fights. Usually when I'm not going to the fights in person, if you need a way to watch the fights, I'm always your guy. If you still need a way to watch the fights, even though I'm going to be at these fights, you can join my Discord. Just write a message and say, link me, and I got you. Thank you for watching. Much love. I'm going to be posting reactions and I'm going to be posting content all week, maybe even a vlog in Miami. Make sure you're locked in for that. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Catch y'all later. Volk, I hope you do it, but I think Lopes, it's his time. Let's go. Let me know y'all predictions in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching again. Peace out.